DRIME started 18 years ago, and at first it was just a group of friends going out to Robson Street in Vancouver, doing dramas and talking about their faith.
And then they got involved, hey, let's do a summer mission trip. And then it was through doing a couple of those and seeing the response that locals gave to this ministry and local missionaries saying, hey, you guys need to come here and train people in this ministry so we can have this ministry here all the time, not just for a month in the summer.
Kind of adapted this phrase, which is now the vision of DRIME. It's to make Jesus inescapable.
Our dramas are set to music, and we use our dramas to share the gospel. And so because there's no speaking in our presentation of the gospel, we're able to go to Thailand, where they speak Thai, or Brazil, where they speak Portuguese, and we're able to present the gospel message.
And if it's a good response, we will try and send a few people from Canada to go and start looking for local leaders, and then promote the DRIME ministry, start training these new leaders, and start the first team there.
And so that involves, first of all, being trained here from our home base staff in everything DRIME, so dramas, evangelism, leadership, how to run a practice, lead a time of ministry, how to run a workshop, all those different aspects of it. So we're trained here, and then we go to another city or country and spend a couple months, anywhere from 5 to 9 months, I guess, in this other country. And then we look for local leaders who will lead this new DRIME team.
2 years ago, myself and 3 others were trained here by the DRIME home base office to pass on the DRIME ministry to some local leaders in Benin, West Africa.
We started by talking with our partner organization there, and so in Benin that's GAIN. So we talked with the director there. Also, because we had done 2 previous mission trips to Benin, we had a connection with one of the churches there, and we had a group of youth from this church that had been trained in the DRIME dramas last time we were there. And they had been continuing to practice and to use these dramas to do ministry, which was really exciting. And so we connected with that group again and talked with them more, shared what we were doing.
We spent a few months training them in what we had learned about drama and evangelism, leadership, and then helped them get a team started in Benin.
When we've successfully planted a base, we have a leadership team who has been trained in the DRIME ministry, and a team, so between 10 and 20 team members who have been trained in some of the dramas and who are already going out to their street corners and doing ministry.
And so now, 2 years later, that team is thriving. They have 40 people on their team. They've had 2 very successful ministry years. And we are also, DRIME is moving into Togo, West Africa, which is right beside Benin. So what's cool about this is that we've got a couple people from Canada going to train Togo leaders, but then a couple people from Benin, a couple of those original leaders that I was able to train 2 years ago.
I think that it's very wonderful to see how just 2 years ago we were being trained to be leaders in the ministry in Benin. But right now I'm here in Togo to plant a base.
This is the first time that DRIME has planted an international base with one of its other international bases. Usually it's just DRIME Vancouver sending off people to go plant a base in another country. But this time, Togo's different because we've got Martin and Musu, and soon to be followed by Rochelle from Benin, who are leaders of DRIME Benin. They're helping to plant DRIME Togo. So we're collaborating with DRIME Canada, DRIME Benin, to plant DRIME Togo. That's the first time this has ever happened.
We recently chose our 3 leaders for DRIME Togo, Priska, Ili, and Dove, and we are currently in the process of training them and equipping them with the tools necessary for them to run the DRIME ministry after we leave in September.
And I see here in Togo how we are planting the base with already the idea of multiplication, because our leaders are already thinking about how to have maybe 2 different teams here in Togo. So I just think that it's wonderful. The ministry is growing.
We're already seeing the vision of the DRIME leaders here in Togo that were chosen. We're seeing them come up with the possibility that maybe they'll start up with 2 teams already here in Togo. And they've already got ideas of maybe, okay, maybe DRIME Benin and DRIME Togo can go off and plant DRIME Ivory Coast, or DRIME Benin and DRIME Togo can go off and plant DRIME Ghana. You know, West Africa is at DRIME's disposal now because of these 2 teams working together.
It kind of makes me feel like a proud mom. That's My absolute favorite part of planting a base is seeing people catch the vision and then pass it on themselves.
Me being able to share my faith with a couple people is exciting, and to be able to pass on that truth. But I'm only one person. I can only do so much. So if I can be a part of training other people to pass on their faith and the truth of Christ, then they can reach other people, and we can do even more than just I myself can do.
It still surprises me when whether I'm in a base plant or I'm here and I'm hearing about a base plant and they say, yeah, we have 3 leaders, we have 40 people on our team. It's always like, whoa, awesome, like this works, this does work.
With multiplication, not only do we just reach wider, but we have more people who are able to really invest with people who are interested in Christ or want to learn more about Christ. If we have more people to do that, we have more people who aren't just converts, but they become true disciples of Christ.